Thank you, Greg. I'm here now with Mayor John Cox, and he is celebrating 1 year as mayor. Very hard to believe the year has gone by, and we kind of share that anniversary because right when I got here, you were elected, and I met you 5 days after I arrived, but congratulations.
Thank you.
On making it to 1 year. And obviously, we all know that you ran for office after Chuck Jordan stepped down because of his health, and he laid out a vision for the city and so many great plans for the city. And how do you feel in the last year you've sort of honored Chuck's memory and sort of gone off on your own path as a leader?
Well, as I came into office, Chuck had talked about a 5-point plan which involved improvement of infrastructure, reduction of crime, improving your education, increased economic development, beautification, tourism ideas. Those were major areas to improve upon in this city as well as any city. But there were a lot more things other than those 5 points to improve upon. And so through my year here, I've certainly taken those as a guide and then broadened them in a way so that attempting just to run the city as well as I could as a business.
And I know one of those things you touched on, those 5 points, is tourism, which we've seen a lot of with the increase in the fairs and the festivals. That's something that seems to be sort of taking off in the city.
Well, it really has, and I think that people don't understand maybe the value of tourism. I was reading how important that is to the economic dollars in Mississippi, and I just looked at the comparison last week of a particular period of time of month of October last year versus this year, and see sales tax improvements, and I take that as an example of the Delta Blues Festival maybe being more successful this year than last year, and I think that with the other festivals we just finished in October, it'll be likely to show the same type trend.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. It was a big month of October
big month
for the city and the county. And so you've had a year now. Looking back at your year, what are some of the things that you are proud of that you've accomplished and want to take forward, some of the projects that you're really focusing on?
Well, in a general sense, I read a book that I imparted part of it to the City Council and some of our department heads. It's called Good to Great, and it has the principles of, it says 3 things: get the right people on the bus and get them in the right seat, and then establish your direction. And by that, you get people that can perform well, and then you lay out whatever your plan is, and then try to accomplish that plan based upon having good people. And then you can't forget the fans, so to speak. The fans being the citizens of Greenville, making sure that everybody's pulling together, everybody's cheering the team's doing well, and with all that you create a spirit within the community that is exciting, and everybody feels they're part of the team.
And I see that coming together, and I have to say I've sat in on some of those city council meetings, and maybe not many people at home have, and oh my gosh, they hash it out. You guys do such a good job. Every issue that we hear about in the newspaper is hours in the office with you all sort of fighting it over and figuring out what's the best for the city. So that's great. And then some of the other things that you want to talk about while we have you here.
Well, accomplishments, I feel like that after taking office, then it's up to the mayor's office to formulate a plan to move forward and to put that plan before City Council, hopefully that they see something that they agree with in that. And part of the plan that we did last spring and kind of carried on into this budget session was the idea of the infrastructure improvement, which we needed to do with Broadway and Bowman Boulevard. Those were 2 major issues, and we accomplished that this year. We filed successful applications for grants. We're going to get both of those grants. The money that we needed to finish the projects we put in the budget. Some of the budget had the 2% increase in taxes, but it was necessary in order to accomplish these major projects. A couple of other things that we've been working on has been downtown revitalization. I think the Trop Casino expansion is going to be positive for Greenville, but we've seen other businesses begin to move downtown, look at downtown. We've got volunteers, which I said are so important, that are taking the responsibility of improving the downtown look. We're working on Steinmart Square. We're going to try to clean up this lake front a little bit. We've got a great natural resource there that we're working on.
Great. Well, I know you all are doing good work, and I think that sometimes people at home might see something that frustrates them, like they hear about a crime or they see a pothole in the street. And what would you say to them? What are you working on this? How can they get involved? What steps are being taken to sort of change those everyday issues that people might have?
Well, there are several things that in addition to the crime issue or the pothole issue and everything, I think that every community will always be faced with the issue of crime. I think we've got a great police force. We've had serious crime in our community just recently. You know, we've had bank robberies. We've had an elderly person that died as a result of injuries. But in each case, the police force has been very vigilant and actually had arrests within 24 hours of those crimes. And that's just to mention a few. I think the overall crime rate is down in Greenville. We've got other projects that are working that deal with improved quality of life. We had a big drainage project in Northgate, and I think that Northgate is going to be much better served with that finished. We've got drainage projects that are going on as we speak right now in South Greenville, where we're trying to get some ditches cleaned out, major drainage ditches. We've got the EPA project that we're working on right now that's going to be something that will improve, again, the quality of life for people who have sewage issues. You and I have never experienced sewage backing up in our homes, but we are working on that right now, and that'll be about a 7-year program that will eventually fix our sewage system and make Greenville obviously a better place to live and work.
Great. Well, you know, thank you so much for your year of service. And we said it's gone by fast, it's gone by slow. It's definitely been a busy year for you. And so thank you again for coming on here. And I'm sure we'll be hearing more about you in this week. This is like your sort of your 1-year birthday, I guess.
All right.
Thank you for coming on.
All right.
We'll be right back.